Hello, everybody. We are on the ninth section in this course, and we are going to talk about implementing the UI layer. Let's declare what we want from our UI application. As you remember, we had a single page application that contains two parts. On the left side, we had a grid that shows all person data, and on the right side, we had a form that is responsible to register and update person data. First, we are gonna implement the table part, and you can run this command in this route to create your component with name person info. As you see, I did it before. In fact, each component contains three main files: a CSS file, a HTML file, and a TypeScript file. So let's see what we are gonna do in these files. And I'm gonna start with my TypeScript file. At first, you should import the person, gender, status models in this file because we are gonna work with them in this file. And after that, we need import person service and personality service in this file too. We created two objects from gender enum and status enum. We will use them on the HTML file to show the enum tags instead the enum ID. And after that, we have a constructor which we inject our services here. And after that, we have a engine init method that is responsible to declare and initialize our objects. I just call my get method from person service here, and it's because I want to fetch the data from backend and shows in the table. So we just do like this. And after that, we have a delete person method that gets an ID and delete the proper person. And after that, we have a show person method. As you see, my table is just look like this, and whenever my application runs, first I fetch the data by the engine init method that you saw some seconds ago, and I just fetch the data and showing this table. And you saw the delete person method that whenever the user clicks on the delete button, it call that method and delete the person. And now I'm gonna tell you about the show person method. Whenever the user clicks on the edit button, we first should get that person data. We do it with the show person method whenever the user clicks the edit button. We just call this method show person. I wanna fetch that person data and show in this form. So, in this method, we get object of type person. It means whenever the user clicks on the edit button, the application sends a whole record as person object to the show person method. After that, we assign this object to the person object in our person service that we created in the previous section. As you see, we have a object of type person in the person service. Whenever the user clicks on the edit button, we assign that record to this object here. After that, we clear all of our checkboxes. It may that the user clicked some checkboxes, and after that, he or she is gonna click on the edit button. So whenever the user clicks on the edit button, all of our checkboxes should be clean. So we created these codes to clear our checkboxes. And after that, we assign all personality selected by the user to the personalities IDs that we created in the person model. And after that, it's ready to send the personalities for that person to the backend. And if I uh, want to show the object, I go to person object that we declared here. If you go to person class, you see that we had an object with name personalities IDs that is type of array. And here we just get the checkbox ID and assign it to that personalities IDs objects. Okay, now I'm gonna show you the HTML file to understand what is happening here. I just created a table and I put my fields and my columns here, and I created ng for loop here. We have an array of our person data, and we want to have a loop on this array to show each person data in a separate row. And I just call the fields that I have in my person model, and at the end of the table we will have two buttons that you saw. We had a delete button and a edit button, and these are the methods that we created in our TypeScript class. And please notice that how I convert my enum to the text. As you remember, we had two objects from gender enum and status enum, and here I just pass the gender ID to my object to get the title of that enum. Okay, we are done with this section, and on the next section we will talk about person register component. Follow me on the next chapter.